And welcome back, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. And here I'm playing a bit of Final Fantasy 15, as you can see, and this is right before meeting the boss in this specific dungeon. So I'll be fighting that boss. It's the Staleif Grove, and prior to getting to this point where you actually face off with the boss, there's a huge dungeon for you to explore, basically. Now, if you're starting out with Final Fantasy 15, then I have a little tip for you guys, because sometimes I think the first few dungeons you can, or the game will save somewhere in the midst of the dungeon or right before the boss. The game might autosave, so you can come back and actually continue from the point where you meet the boss. But later on in the game, that is not the case. What that means is that before going into the dungeon, that's where you can still save, but once you're inside the dungeon, you have to continue and finish the dungeon and kill the boss, like this dungeon. Just to let you know, this dungeon is quite large, so that means that you need to come prepared, and I not always did that. So if you are going into a dungeon, make sure you have enough healing potions, elixirs, what else? All, you know, these items that can sort of revive your teammates and yourself. Phoenix Down, I think they're called, and make sure you have a bunch of them on you before venturing into the dungeon. So that's a tip. And the game doesn't really tell you in this specific case that you cannot save during the exploring of the dungeon. So that's a bit of a problem. Also, if you have accepted to go to this place, then if you're not strong enough or your level is not high enough, you might be in trouble as well, because you cannot quit the dungeon. You cannot, well, you can quit it, but you can't continue doing other quests. Once you accepted this specific story mission to go into this dungeon and kill this boss, you cannot cancel it. You cannot cancel this quest. You cannot go back to your car, jump in your car and do other things and grind a little more experience points and levels and what else. So it is important to know that only accept certain quests, I think story-based quests, when you're sure that you'll pretty much match the required level. Of course, you know, if you're a level, let's say, a 30, and you're gonna do a level 35 quest, then that's okay. You know, you should try that. But the problem with this quest specifically is that you can't cancel it and do something else. So make sure that if you're doing story quests, make sure that you come prepared, have your healing items, make sure that you pretty much have the same kind of level as is required for actually doing the quest. So that's it for me. I've been babbling a lot here, but you know what I mean. So I brought down this giant boss thing. It was an amazing boss, I think, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.
Impressive.